Can we start, sir?
Yes, yes, we can.
Sir, you can see the screen. I will present.
Yes, I can.
So I will
Yes,
present.
yes, please.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and hello once again. We are continuing our journey with respect to our Spectratix Pharma's knowledge series. It's so happy to have so many registrations taking place, and I have already introduced myself in the last sessions. I am Sujit Nair, and I am the co-founder and the director of technical operations with Spectratix Pharma. I hope you are all excited as I am for today's session. Today we have yet another interesting topic with respect to regulatory guidelines, and the topic is computer system validation and assurance. Those who are familiar with the topic would be knowing that this is one of the very hottest or one of the most important topic uh, with respect to US FDA or any other regulatory agency that is auditing your pharmaceutical company. And also, it is very
Wow.
important for those who are looking for a change from pharmaceutical company or pharmaceutical industry to IT domain. It is very important to know computer system validation because many IT companies like Cognizant or even TCS, every company has this domain inbuilt into their portfolio. So this would help you in your journey from pharmaceuticals to IT also. And I'm really happy to have Dr. Rajesh Mali sir, who is an expert in computer system validation, and he has more than 25 years of experience with respect to working in the pharmaceutical industry. And he has worked with various companies like Laptops, Brett, Deccan Nutraceuticals, Promos, Microlabs, FDC, and the list is endless. And he is an expert with respect to ICH guidelines, regulatory guidelines, and of course, computer system validation. And he has led the team for various regulatory inspections and audits, like your US FDA, your NABL, MHRA, UNICEF, WHO, ANVISA, etc., and so on. So let us welcome Dr. Rajesh sir for this wonderful session, and try to be as interactive as possible and get the maximum output from our speakers. So it's over to you, sir. Sir, please continue.
Yes, thank you, Sujit, for your nice introduction. So, I'm really very happy to you all people. First of all, good evening to all of you. So, as Sujit has given the introduction, I'm having about 34 years experience in the pharma industry and face about 25 plus US FDA inspections and MHRA. Of course, having the expertise in the analytical development validations and of course with respect to the computer software systems. So today's topic is overview of computer system validation and its assurance in pharmaceutical industry. So nowadays you are well aware that computer is really a important part of our life, not only with respect to the any automobile or any cosmetic. Of course, it's part of your pharmaceutical industry also. So what is the role of your computers in the pharmaceutical industry? That we need to understand why it is required, and if at all you're using those computers in your pharmaceutical industry with respect to the different key areas like production, quality control, quality assurance, and all. So, what impact it will have, and how you are going to assure to the end patient or the end user it is going to be benefited, and what are the rules and regulations laid down for this? So that is nothing but the you need to perform the system computer system validation and its assurance that it is working and set design for its intended purpose. Okay, so not much taking to the much your time. We start your session. Switch next slide, please. Yeah. So here you can see the different content that, of course, being a time limit, and this is just a brief introduction about your validations part. So the content maybe content is covering these validations. What is the difference between a computer system and computerized system? why we need in pharma industry, types of validations, regulatory requirements, 21 CFR Part 11, what is GAM 5, computer system classification based on the GAM category, key points of CSV, that will be computer system validation, V model validation strategies, and these deliverables, and of course validation strategies. Next slide, please. Yes. So here is the computer system validations. The purpose. The purpose of validation process is to provide a high degree of assurance that is specific to the process or the considered produce a product which meets the predetermined specification and quality attributes. Now, see, in quality control, as I said, we are using different types of instruments like HPLC, GC, UV spectrophotometer, IR spectrophotometer. At the same time, in manufacturing area, we are using the computer generated, the FBD, compression machine, then filling machine. So these are nowadays computer systems. So not only we are using the computers in your laboratory, and of course we are using the computers in your data system for data generation. So the purpose of this is just to deliverables which are there for the intended purpose is being working in line with the regulatory requirement or not. So for that purpose, we need to perform the software validation. So before conducting this, as I said very correctly, the importance of this. Nowadays, if you refer the last quarter US FDA inspection across the world conducted by the US FDA, so you can find almost 40% of the warning issues issued by the US FDA to pharma industry, about 40%. So that means still there is a lacuna. The people are not understanding how to perform the computer system validation and how to control that and how to assure that it is working for its intended purpose within the laid down regulatory requirements. Okay. So for USFDA, there is a guideline like 21 CFR Part 11. FDA meant for Food Drug Administration. 21 is code for this health agency, and 21 code they are, and then this is CFR meant for code for regulatory affairs. So 11 number they have assigned for this computer system validation. Okay. So wherein they have clearly mentioned about what are the requirements for this computer system validation when you use these computers in your pharmaceutical industry. The process used to ensure the document a computer-based systems will cooperate according to the predetermined requirements. So what are the predetermined requirements? Suppose take an example of this tablet compression machine. So there you have to set the hardness of that. There you have to set the thickness of the that particular tablet. In case of HPLC, so wherein you have to put the different parameters like flow rate, wavelength, then your temperature of column and all. So these are all generated by through the computer itself. So thing is what? My intended purpose to operate my HPLC by using the computer, right? So computer is nothing but a operating software. And suppose we are talking of, suppose we are using the HPLC of say brand Waters. In that case, M4 3 is will be the software. So M4 3 will be the your application software. So these both softwares are operated through a computer. So that is why computer system needs to be validated, right? Next slide, please. Sujit, next slide. Yeah. So next slide. Next to this. Okay. So as I said, it helps to prove that companies' computer systems are abiding with given regulation requirement. Like what are the regulatory requirements? So whatever computer that you are going to use or going to be support your what is the production or the testing activity, in such cases you need to perform its qualification. So according to the responsibility, it's responsibility of the CSC specialist understand each application how to perform through the computer with the compliance. Now CSV is the FDS response as is an increasing growing demand for pharmaceutical industry. So It also helps to give the paperless systems to prevent the falsification of data, misinterpretation, while ensuring the security, authenticity, integrity, and confidentiality. We'll take one by one. Ensurety of security. Security means, so whatever data you generate throughout your validation, throughout your conduct, like testing or the production area. In that case, who is the operator or the analyst that he has to ensure his login and the password. Those has to be protected. So it will secure who has conducted the analysis. And suppose the analyst perform the analysis, in that case he is well trained, and accordingly he is to perform with the authenticity and the integrity by keeping the confidentiality, because he's not going to allow to share his password to anybody. Of course, the computer validation also documented process that is required by regulatory agencies around the world to verify what does exactly it is designed for, right? Now, to comply with the FDA regulations to avoid the failing in the FDA audits, which I said immediate just now, that is, there are several warning letters. That is, observation 483 has been issued nowadays, almost in last quarter. So there are so many are there, because the concept which is not clearly understood by the industry. So that is why whenever you perform the computer simulation, there is a proper flow, there is a chronology, which definitely we discuss in this session. Next slide, please. Now, FDA, that means here we are talking about FDA, means the US FDA. They have given the 20 years for Part 11 compliance that has to be there. If you talk about the European guidelines, EDQM, they have given the hydraulics Part 11. And of course, not only we are talking here talking about the overseas, the regulatory agencies, but of course, Indian FDA, as per the Drug Act 1945, in schedule, the recently modified Schedule M1, there also they have given or emphasized about this computer system validation. At the same time, in case of the testing laboratories or the quality control laboratories, the Schedule L1 also initiate this activity to perform the or to conduct the computer system validation as per the Indian FDA. At the same time, ISO 17025/2017, when 2000 switch over, that time they have added the new two clauses. Those are related to the computer system validations. So if you take into account, now it's not a need for this only for the overseas or the export market, but of course it is relevant or that much equivalently requirement of the Indian or the domestic market also. Next slide, please. So now, how to proceed with this validations? Okay, so 21 CFR Part 11 or the Release 11 or Schedule 11 just talk about the you have to conduct the validation. But there is one more guideline, that is a GAM5. That is a good automated manufacturing practices in both technical submissions, subcommittee along with the ICP, and in GAM5 they have given the most effective and a very effective manner how to conduct this the computer system validation. Next slide, please. The most well-known guideline is the, as I said, the GAM5. It is specifically talking about the computer system validation. The purpose of GAM5 is to achieve the compliant computer system that are fit to intended use in the efficient and effective manner to meet the current regulatory requirements. The following GAM5 software and hardware categories which are used to establish the validation approaches to determine the deliverables. That is nothing but the computer system validations. Next slide, please. Here you can see the different categories. Category 1, 3, 4, 5. So if you refer the category 5, that is the custom applications. Custom applications, as I said, Windows, Microsoft is your operating system, of course, and at the same time, which is on this platform, we are applying, say, example of Empower 3, which is used for this operation of HPLC, that is Empower 3 software, that is the application software. So Appli software is nothing but a customized software that we are going to operate through this Windows Microsoft operating software, and these both are helps to operate your HPL system. So that is why GAM5 is supporting us how to conduct this application software category wise software. In hardware category, the standard hardware components which are there, for example, your hardware like hard disk, your RAM, ROM, then your PC, what you are using, the hard disk size, how do your backing data, and what are the firewalls are there, what are the backing software, how you are going to retrieve that. So all this comes into the standard hardware components. Then custom built soft components, like we are saving this data on your server, and from server again we are going to retrieve this data through this software itself. Uh, what type of data is there? It's a electronic records, electronic signatures, and audit trails. So electronic records nothing but the computer generated data, like for example chromatograms in case of HPLC. In case of PLC based, the manufacturing equipment like tablet capsule manufacturing equipments, compression machines, filling machines. So those are PLC based machines, which gives the details of the auditor, what is the speed, what is the thickness which we have set, what is the hardness we have set. In case of HPLC, who has performed the analysis, when he has performed the analysis, and when he has been logged in, which method he has used, which method processing method he has used. So all this data is going to be captured by the software. Uh, then we talks about the audit trails. The audit trails is nothing but the five W's are there. Who has done the analysis? When he has done the analysis? What products he has done the analysis? Where he has performed the analysis? On which machine he has performed the analysis? So all these things are captured in the audit trail. That is nothing but you must be aware about the algo principle, which is built in or nothing but the inherent part of your audit trails. Which are those? Attributable, who performed that, legible or readable, contaminous, the immediate recordation of that, the origin source match, the accurate sign, completed, finish, consistent, sequential, and enduring permanent control. Ninth one, the last one is the available accessible computer system validation. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. So these are the deliverables, how to proceed the validation in the pharma industry. So first of all, whenever you want to intend to introduce any new thing in your pharma industry, that may be production or the quality control laboratory. So first you have to set down your URS, that is a user requirement specification. So you have to design your the requirements with respect to hardware and software part. So what type of Windows 11 is required? Then what should be the hard disk size? What should be the ROM to increase the speed? What is the backup data? So these all these things that you have to put in your URS. After completing the URS, then you have to go for the GXP assessment. Nothing but, so in all area you have to see the risk assessment for this. Now where GXP means, it completes or it covers the good laboratory practices, good manufacturing practices, good clinical practices, good documentation practices. So in these all areas, you initially have to perform the risk assessment for this. Suppose I introduce this new software or the new computer system in my the existing system, what impact it will have. So that risk we have to find out. After finding out risk assessment, and by going through the ISIS Q9 guideline, you have to check whether after introducing the new system in my the existing system, it will not have the impact. Then you have to go for the validation plan. So how to proceed, for which you need to prepare the protocol for that. Then function specification. As I said, the different platforms are there. In case of applications, there are the different functions are there. that in Empower 3 you are going to control the temperature of the column 1, you are going to control the flow rate of the mobile phase, you are going to control the sampling injections, the injection volume. So all these things are there, and after generating the analysis, you will get or you are to observe the system suitability. Now in this system suitability, you are going to monitor some parameters, chromatographic system parameters. Those are theoretical plates, resolution, then your what is this percent RHD, uh, then tailing factor. So these are the different sub factors are going to help out or are matching with my manual calculation node. So that is nothing but the functional specification. Then functional assessment, that of course, as I said, you have to conduct each individual activity by preparing the protocol, that is validation plan. Then design qualification, as we are all aware, now we are working on the design, how design has to be there for my individual computer. Then after that, installation qualification, wherein you are going to verify all these sub parts with respect to the hardware as well as the software. So you are going to check in those items. Then you have to go with the operation qualification, how it works. As I said, for intended purpose, for the, what is that, telling factor resolution, whether I'm getting in line with the my manual calculation or not. So that you are going to verify. That is nothing but the operation qualification. Then of course the performance qualification. When you apply the software Empower 3 into the your HP system, so in that case you are simply monitoring whether the performance of my newly installed software is meeting my the intended purpose or not. Then the last one is the traceability matrix. So whatever data you are going to generate through the software has to be traceable with respect to the all parameters that you are going to verify with the hard copies after the periodic evaluation of your software. Uh, and considering all these things, you have to prepare your in-house validation summary report. So which gives the idea about whether the so computer system validation you have conducted is satisfying or fulfilling all the regulatory requirements or not. Okay, so this is all about the computer system validation. Sujit, yeah. Uh, any I know that this is a very vast topic and not able to complete within the half an hour and 20-25 minutes. So even if at all anybody having the question, please you can ask.
Okay. Any doubts with respect to computer system validation? It's a very big or important topic. And anyone? You can write your questions in your Q&A, and I will allow you if you want to ask questions. You can ask questions to them.
Questions, please.
If they are not asking, you can ask to them.
So what do you understood by audit trail? Can anybody explain me? I hope some of you are from the pharma industry itself.
It's meant by audit trail.
Meant by audit trail.
Anybody?
Have anybody done either in-house computer system validation? And during validation, have they come across any kind of issues during the validation? So please let us know. So we'll try to give you the answers of those queries.
Yes, if you have any questions related to your industry, also you can ask. You are facing any issue with computer system validations. Nobody with the answer for what is audit trail?
Even aware about what is 21 CFR Part 11?
In the morning, I had shared a question related to this topic in our group. With the question was, which regulatory guideline is most commonly associated with computer system validation? Anybody has answer to that? Is it ICHQA, US FDA 21 Part 11, 21 CFR Part 11, ISO 17025, or USP 1225? Sir, can you see the answer? No, no. The answer Ramratan has answered to your what is meant by audit trail. He has written who performed the analysis, on which instrument he performed the analysis, where did the analysis take place, and what samples analysis did take place.
Yeah, it's correct. But I cannot see this on my screen.
Yes, yes, you cannot see. One second. Actually, Ramratan, the answer it's not with respect to who performed the analysis. It is the instrument. It's seen on the instrument itself. The audit trail is on the instrument. Is part of the instrument, but the answer is right. Somebody has raised the hand. One second. Yes, Sushant. One second. Yes, Sushant. Sushant, you raised the hand. You can ask the question.
Hello.
Please proceed, Sushant.
Yes, sir. Audit trail is nothing but whatever activity we have performed in software like login, log off, that is sequence creation, injection addition, injection deletion, then processing method creation, like all the activity from start to end, whatever we perform in software is captured in audit trail.
Very correct, very correct. So I just focus on this. So whatever login you are doing, so that will be captured. Of course, not only in your audit trail, but also captured in a system audit trail. So
Yes.
system audit trail, if you see, so in that it is going to be captured when you log in, when you logged out. But
Yes.
audit trail is specifically meant, and of course now I do not have those warning letters. So recently which has been issued. So wherein you just have to, as you said very correctly, it is nothing but the complete sample sequence. Suppose say from the blank 5 standards, then again blank, then samples. In which case, for this entire set of injections, which method you use, of course that
Yes.
method will be preset. So you are not going to change the methods. So you use the entire sequence running the same method you use. Say number say 1285 for example. So entire for against each sample injection, you can see the 1285 number. At the same time, by after completion of this analysis, you are going to perform the processing of the sequence, that is PM,
Right.
processing method.
Yes.
So which processing method you are used? Have you used the single method, or you have used the two different methods to
Yes.
identify the peaks or to integrate the chromatograms? So again, the set or the preset processing method which is there, that you are going to use, and you are not use the two different methods. Sometimes people are using the two methods. Of course, there are the privileges are assigned to the groups, like analyst, then manager, viewer, and all. So based on that, you are not allowed to use the different methods into that. Second thing is how many results have been generated. Number one, two. So if you have generated two results, suppose sometimes you are processing the same chromatogram twice. So in that case, you can find the two results. At the
Yes.
same time, the last column nothing but the manual. So if it is a manual, if you perform in case of related substances peak, so there are several cluster of the peaks. So sometimes by the existing processing method, you are not able to identify those peaks or integrate those peaks. So in such cases, you have to go with the manual integration. So if you refer as per the 21 CFR Part 11, UDAS 11, you are not allowed to use any manual integration. Of course, under the regulatory requirement or the quality under the quality assurance, you are allowed when the intended purpose, the small peaks are not going to be detected. In that case, you have to go through the QMS system. You have to inform to your immediate supervisor. Then he will first check with the existing method whether those peaks are going to be indicated or not. And after that, if it is not possible, again the reviewer has the rights to create a new method which is going to support you to integrate those peaks. But it has to be a QMS, and this has to be this validation activity has to be performed in the controlled quality assurance area, right? So in that
Yes.
case, validation you will get the number yes, but it is the QMS system. So this is nothing but the manual integration, because sometimes suppose your peak is the annual peak is coming around 0.51 or 52. The limit is say 0.4, zero point 0.5. In that case, people are trying to shaving that peak and just trying to get it 0.34, 0.35, something like that. That is nothing but the manual integration. But
Yes.
these privileges are not allowed to the analyst level. Of course, are not also allowed to the quality control reviewer also. So in that case, you need to go with the admin who is going to take care of this, the quality assurance admin or the IT admin. So this entire process completing, you will get one auditor report, that may be lab solution, that may be M43, that may be Chromeleon. So you will get the entire report of the entire sequence what you run into the HPLC system. So we show the data is authentic, no falsification there is, no manipulation is there, and which gives the audit of that entire sequence. That is nothing but the audit trail.
Yes.
I
One more
hope,
question,
Susha.
sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
please.
As you said, there is four categories of GAM 5. That is category 1, 3, 4, and 5. What about
Yes.
category 2, sir?
Category two, of course, this is some typo error is there, so it is not there. It is again related to the design of your the software, how you are going to design that software.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
more questions?
Sir, one more question.
Please.
So during qualification, if any discrepancy observed, how to
Okay.
handle that discrepancy?
Discrepancy related to what? Can you specify that?
Suppose during execution of OPQ, if any acceptance criteria of any test not meeting, then in that case, which QMS or which discrepancy we can initiate?
This discrepancy, are you talking about within the computer system validation or the routine analysis?
No. During computer system validation.
Yes, this has to be handled through the any deviations or any incidents with respect to that. Sometimes, see, as I said, say example, the empathy software is there. So empathy software now empathy 3.14. So these software are only going to be installed the Microsoft Windows 11 or 13. 13 is the well set. But sometimes the customer going with the Windows 10 or Windows 8, something like that. So in that
Okay.
case, it is not easy to what is that install that software, that application software into the your Windows system. So in such
Mm.
cases, again you have to go with the it is a deviation, right?
Yes.
But in future they will get a problem with respect to that, and again, so some bugs will come to out of that. You will not get the proper integration. You will not get the proper result of that. So there are so many things are there. So that you need to handle through the QMS system only.
Okay. And one more, sir.
Yes.
Uh, During computer system validation, is there a requirement of vendor assessment?
Yes, vendor assessment is there. See, IT department, most of the company not able to hire that. So in that case, you have to depend on the third party. So if you refer the UK MHRA guideline, of course in UDLS also they are given. So third party, that is the vendor. So that vendor you have to assess. The assessment means what? You have to qualify that vendor. So how you
Yes.
are going to qualify? So you have to have a QTA, that's a quality technical agreement. That
Yes.
agreement will be purely technical. What kind of activity they are going to perform at your level, what kind of support they are going to give to you as a end user or the what is that as a vendor, this thing, customer. So that has to be there, and that third party contract has to be signed by both the parties by putting the contract acceptor requirement and the contract giver requirement,
Okay.
and these are abide for maybe 1 year, 2 year, what contract that going to be confirmed by the customer.
Okay.
All this detailed activity you have to support. Suppose for example hardware, how is it going to support the hardware part, in case of software part, how is it going to support you, what is the periodic evaluation he's going to do, how we are going to take a backup of that, what is the frequency of that. So that entire thing will come under the purview of the third party. Of course pharmaceutical industry or chemists are not going to do this job, so we have to hire the third party which is going to give you the IT related support.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone having the other questions?
Sir, one more.
Yes, please.
If we consider we having a Chromeleon validated Chromeleon software, existing software.
7.3.
Not. It is 7.2 SR5.
Okay.
However, current upgradation is 7.3.
Correct. Huh?
Yes. During upgradation, uh, is it possible to qualify systems partially CSV for 7.3, or it is required for full CSV?
See, there is nowhere it is allowed to go with the partial validation. So you have to go with the full validation. Of course, now the most question will come because up till now you are using the 7.2 software, right? So data generated up to say, for example, today is the 15th November. So that entire data you have generated on a import, so this thing, Chromium 7.2. Again,
Yes.
there you have to switch it to the 7.3. So entire data will be there on your standalone system as well as on your server also. So whenever you want to utilize that, so there is a switch key. So which is going to utilize for when you want to switch the data from 7.2 to 7.3. So that migration of data is called as. So in that case, it is very tedious job and very lengthy job. So that you have to date complete migration has to do, and after that you again you have to perform the validation for this particular software. That is Chromelian 7.3.
Okay. Uh, One more, sir. If
Hmm.
I have existing 10 systems of HPLC connected with Chromeleon. If I purchase more 5 systems in that network, is there
Okay.
requirement any requirement of performing stress test study?
See, in such cases, you can take the interim change control. Uh, in that case, already your software is validated, and you are just hooking up by using the license keys which is being issued by the Dynex. Okay, so in
Yes.
that case, only those 5 systems that you have to validate with suite. As I said, there are two types of validation: hardware as well as software validation.
Yes.
So hardware components which are there, that system, first of all, the desktop what you are purchase, that Microsoft Windows 13 is more suitable for this Empower, sorry, Chromeleon 7.3. So that, then what is the RAM for this? Whether SSD is there? What is the backup system for that? Have you applied the what is that group policy onto that? Group policy is nothing but the right click disable, then the control to the access control to the control panel. You cannot change the date and time. So those are not related to the directly to the, the application software, which is the server base,
Okay.
which is being monitored for your existing older 10 systems. But for the newly implemented 5 systems which are now want to introduce into the server base, so in such cases, you, of course, you have to go with this activity. So and of course the software itself is already validated.
Yes.
At the same time, the vendor, that is nothing but Dynux, they are going to perform the partial parameters on your standalone systems which are newly purchased.
Okay.
So those are compatible with your server.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Any more questions? Even if you are not having the right now any questions, so you can just send your questions to Sujit sir. So definitely we will try to reply those your questions.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Any more questions? Okay. So if there are no questions, we will stop. We'll conclude the session. Thank you, Rajesh sir,
Yes, thank
uh,
you.
for taking time and explaining all those concepts related to computer system validations. And as sir rightly said, this is very important. This knowing this topic is very important because it has been made mandatory by all regulatory agencies. Now this computer system validation is no longer optional, and you, whether you are working in any part, any section of pharmaceutical industry, you have to follow this guidelines. And thank you, Sushant, also some of the great questions, for those great questions actually. And I'm really thankful to each one of you. We'll see you on in during next session. And in the next session we will mostly be covering regulatory guidelines with respect to CTDs, that is common technical documents, how you go about filing those regulatory documents. So that is the topic which is scheduled for next Saturday. And also on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have planned. You, most of you are have already registered for that. We have the session on artificial intelligence in research and academic writing. So it is a 3-day session, and we already have good number of participants. We'll see you on that during those also. And don't forget to log in next Saturday also. Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Rajesh sir, once again, and
Thank you, all of you.
participants.
Yes, sir.
And good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.